Welcome to your effective 10-minute standing workout, carefully designed specifically for beginners to help you reduce stubborn hip fat in just 3 days through consistent daily practice. This no-equipment routine targets your hips with simple, standing exercises that anyone can follow at home, so get ready to feel the difference quickly. Before diving into the main exercises, we'll start with a gentle warm-up to prepare your body, increase blood flow, and loosen your hip joints. Begin by marching in place right now, lifting your knees comfortably high while pumping your arms gently, and keep this up for about 30 to 45 seconds to get your heart rate up safely. Next, to mobilize your hips thoroughly, perform some gentle hip circles. Stand tall with your feet shoulder width apart. Place your hands firmly on your hips, and slowly rotate your hips in a clockwise direction for a full 30 seconds, feeling the smooth circular motion warm up those hip muscles. Now, reverse the direction smoothly and rotate your hips counterclockwise for another full 30 seconds, making sure to keep your core engaged tightly, your shoulders relaxed, and breathe steadily to maintain control and enhance the warm-up effect on your hips. Great warm-up! Now let's transition into the main workout portion where we'll target those hip fat areas directly. Our first exercise is standing side leg lifts. Position yourself with feet hip width apart for stability, hands placed confidently on your hips, and prepare to activate your outer hips. Slowly lift your right leg out to the side as high as comfortable while keeping it straight and your toes pointing forward, then lower it back down with control. Do 10 full repetitions on the right side first, then switch to the left for another 10, focusing on that outer hip burn. Throughout this exercise, remember to keep your torso completely upright without any leaning, engage your core for balance, and concentrate on using only your hip muscles to power the lift, which isolates the fat-reducing abductors effectively. Moving on to our next powerful exercise, standing hip abductions. Stand tall and strong, shift your body weight slightly onto your left leg for support, and gently lift your right leg just off the ground to start feeling that hip engagement right away. Without any swinging or momentum, push your right leg directly out to the side using your hip power alone. Hold briefly at the top, then bring it back to the starting position smoothly. Complete a solid 12 repetitions per side, breathing out on the lift and in on the lower. To maximize results and target the hip abductors precisely, keep your core tight like you're bracing for a punch. Avoid any hip sway by staying stacked over your standing leg, and feel how this isolates those muscles for better fat reduction. Now, incorporating lower body strength for hip toning, let's do some squats. Stand with your feet comfortably shoulder width apart, toes pointing slightly outward at about 15 degrees, and engage your core before we begin the descent. Lower your hips back and down as if sitting into an invisible chair behind you. Keep your chest proudly up and back naturally straight, then drive through your heels to stand. Aim for 15 controlled repetitions, going as deep as your mobility allows safely. Pay close attention to ensure your knees track directly over your toes without collapsing inward, which protects your joints. Embrace that building burn in your glutes, thighs, and hips, as this compound move helps sculpt and reduce fat around the hip area. For the next exercise targeting your glutes to support hip fat loss, we have standing glute kickbacks. Stand tall with good posture, place hands on your hips, slightly bend both knees softly, and prepare to fire up those posterior muscles. Kick one leg straight back behind you with control. Squeeze your glute muscle hard at the top of the extension for 2 seconds, then return to start without arching. Perform 10 reps per leg, alternating sides, and really focus on that glute contraction. Crucially, avoid arching your lower back at all. Instead, hinge from your hip joint only. Keep movements powered by your glute, not your spine, to safely isolate and strengthen the area for optimal hip shaping. Shifting focus to the inner thighs for balanced hip toning, let's do standing inner thigh lifts. Stand with your feet close together touching, hands on hips for balance, and shift weight slightly to one side as you prepare. Lift one leg slightly forward and then across the front of your body midline, squeezing your inner thigh throughout, then lower with control. Complete 10 reps per side slowly, breathing steadily to maintain form and intensify the inner hip work. For best stability, Keep your standing leg with a soft bend in the knee, engage your core firmly to prevent wobbling, and control every part of the movement to ensure those inner thigh muscles are fully activated. Fantastic first round, you're building momentum perfectly. Now, to maximize fat burning and toning results in those hips, let's repeat the entire circuit one more time with even more focus and determination. Stay strong and committed. Kick off the second round with standing side leg lifts again, performing 10 repetitions on each side deliberately. Really emphasize squeezing those outer hip muscles at the top of each lift to enhance the fat targeting effect. Follow right up with standing hip abductions, 12 reps per side as before. Keep reminding yourself to maintain that stable core and controlled side push, preventing any sway for pure muscle isolation. Next comes 15 squats. Push powerfully through your heels to rise. Keep your chest lifted high and maintain perfect form. You're doing incredibly great, powering through to sculpt those hips beautifully. Then, tackle standing glute kickbacks with 10 reps per leg. Concentrate deeply on feeling that strong glute activation and squeeze, as this reinforces the hip area's strength and fat reduction. Wrapping the circuit, finish with standing inner thigh lifts, 10 reps per side. Control each lift and lower fully, engaging those inner thighs intensely to complete the balanced hip workout strongly. Outstanding job powering through both circuits of the main workout. That's real progress toward reducing your hip fat. Now, let's ease into a relaxing cool down to stretch out those worked muscles and promote recovery. Begin the cool down with a standing quad stretch for your front thighs. Hold onto a stable surface like a wall or chair for balance. Grab your right foot behind you and gently pull it toward your glute until you feel a nice stretch. Hold this quad stretch steadily for a full 30 seconds, breathing deeply to deepen the release in the front of your thigh, then switch smoothly to the left leg for another 30 seconds of comfortable holding. Moving to the back of your legs, do a standing hamstring stretch. Extend one heel forward on the ground with toes pointing upward, then gently hinge forward at your hips while keeping your back straight. Maintain this hamstring stretch for 30 seconds on each side, focusing on a straight back, deep breaths, and that lengthening sensation along the back of your leg to aid hip flexibility. Finally, target your hip flexors with a standing stretch. Step one foot forward into a shallow lunge position, lift your back heel off the ground, and square your hips toward the front. Gently press your hips forward until you feel a deep stretch in the front of your back hip. Hold for 30 seconds per side while breathing calmly, then switch legs for balanced release. Congratulations on completing your full 10-minute standing workout designed for hip fat reduction. You've taken a powerful step toward your 3-day transformation goal. Remember, consistency with this daily routine is absolutely key to seeing those noticeable results. Pairing this workout with a healthy, balanced diet full of whole foods will accelerate your fitness goals and help melt away hip fat effectively. Keep up this fantastic effort, and you'll be amazed at your progress. Great work today.